Howdy everybody, Mike McCoy here. It ain't morning, so I can't say good morning. We're cutting a naughty rod pine. Cut some of these knobs off. Make sure I'm being recorded. That ain't what I want. That's what I want. See what we can get done here. Like that. I'm cutting this for the slab. This feller's got a nice little guest house, and he's putting that stuff in there for trim. This is one of them deals where the customer is always right. And this time of year, he's really made a... That guy that's doing it has really done well on making this stuff work out. So, you know, some people see stuff that I can't see. Me, that's just old buggy pine, and them, it's pretty nice stuff, and it is. So, I sell it, they put it up, we're both happy. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about going down east hunting. Years ago, I used to go down east and hunt with a bunch of guys. It is down there in Bobby Goodson's part of the world. And is it Bobby Goodson or Bobby Goodman? Whatever, it's one or the other, I'm told. So, but it's down there, you know, where Swamp Loggers is. And a little town called Delco that we hunted out of, between there and Wilmington. And it's just some rough country down in there. Some of the finest people you ever wanted to meet in your life. They lived way better down there than we did here in these old mountains. Had better jobs. And they farmed a lot. We stayed on a man's place there. I want to say his name was Paul. Yeah, I believe he was. I can't remember. I'm talking like early 70s, 1972, 73. And he had a good sized farm. I'll never forget the first day I was there. There was a fella had a combined his corn, I think. And he said, well, just starting that small patch out there, and then you can do the big one tomorrow. And that fella said that 75-acre patch, he said, yeah. I thought, my God, small patch. You're in these mountains, if you've got 2 acres of corn, you've got a big patch of corn, you know. And the guy that owned the place, he farmed and was I don't know what Mama's doing. A welder at one of the local paper plants there. He made good money. And another thing I noticed about them guys, just about all of them had 3 trucks, pickups. They had one that kept on the farm, and it was beat down pretty good. You know, it banged up and all that. And then they had one they drove to work, and then they had their Sunday truck. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know. All I can afford is one. It's about like the one they had to drove to work, you know. But I mean, Hollis let us stay there on his place, didn't charge us nothing. And we did pay dues to the hunting club, I think, which wasn't much. And just had a big old time. I ain't never drunk so much beer all my whole life. And we'd always, you know, we'd go hunt of a morning and then come in of usually midday and then come in that evening or go right back out that evening. There's a lot of deer down there. And there was an old guy down there, he was a black man. I want to say he was 92 years old. And his name was Russ. I don't know if that's his first name or his last name, but I do remember his name was Russ. And I don't know how much land that old man owned, but he owned a bunch. I'm talking hundreds of acres. And he leased it out to the hunting club. And he still had a team of either horses or mules in a wagon. That's how he got around. But you know, he just got around to his farm there, which it'd probably take you all day to drive them horses and wagon all the way around the property line. And maybe go to the store or something. Very unique man. Very unique. And one evening, he was there, I don't remember why. And the guys was fixing hamburgers and drinking beer, and we was just having a big old time. And me and Russ sat down and started talking. We hit it off right off the bat. And at that time back here in the mountains, there was still some people that logged and farmed with horses. And here in these mountains, you can plow about an acre a day with a team of horses. And he told me, he said down there, he had plowed many a day, 2 acres. You know, it's real sandy soil and there ain't rocks and it's flat and all that. And we talked for probably 2 hours and had one of the best conversations I've ever had. I really like to meet unique people, and he was very unique, very, very intelligent, very wise. And he told me, he said, my mama told me coming up to always have pecan trees. He said you'd always have something you could sell and something you could eat with them. And he said, I've always made it a point to have several pecan trees. And we went down to his house there one time or come out with and he had some pecan trees. Them things had to be 3 or 4 foot through. And you know, this little odds and ends like that, just to talk and just, it's just like we was 2 old friends. And here I was, a young whippersnapper, still in my 20s, and here he was, 92 years old. We was both just reading from the same page exactly, and I've never forgot that. He was just a really good somebody and very informative in what he was talking about and stuff. And this the way he went about life, you know. He had that old wagon, a 12-gauge shotgun. That thing had probably a roll of tape on it holding it together. And if he seen a deer, he shot a deer. He's always on his property, you know. And I thought that's pretty cool, you know. And I'd say if somebody crossed him, he'd shoot them, you know. He just struck me as the type of one to put up with a whole lot of bull. That thing's wanting to be a problem, ain't it? times, and somebody told me or asked me if I'd show them when I was, how I decided to cut a log, and this is a prime example. I don't know if the camera shows it or not, but that thing's got a huge notch in it. And up there at the very end of that notch, it is barely 8 foot long. And just like now, I was going to cut that notch out, but it wasn't laying to suit me. If you want, on your first cut, you want them dogs to hold. And that's why I turned it up like that. So we'll make a few cuts here so it'll lay down. That log's taping pretty bad. We'll have to deal with that too. But it's a big log and I can get out of it one walk. But yeah, I went down there and hunted several times, then I got married. My wife stopped me from hunting for, she wasn't really sure what I was hunting down there. So that brought an end to that. And I don't really blame her. I'll just say we had a good time while we was down there. And the hunting was good all the way around. And I got married in 74, and I went one time after I got married. And then I got read the Riot Act. Stopped that, so nuts, if you're watching this, take notes, you know, things can happen about marital bliss and getting along. Now we're going to cut that old big knot off. I'm talking about two different things. You'll just have to bear with me. But see, we're gonna get back far enough where we're getting a solid 8 foot. And my chain's jumped off. I better let Mother fix that. We're just going from one thing to that. But old man Russ, he was a very unique individual. And I'm sure the man was poor money-wise. But there's no telling how much that man is worth in the property he owned. And he probably had a lot of money too. You know, when I say a lot, I mean more than enough to do him, because he was pretty savvy. He had farmed all his life, leased that land out and stuff like that. So, and I don't know how many kids he had, if any. I didn't ever ask him. Sure knew, he knew a lot about horses, and he knew a lot about horse farming, and he knew an awful lot about hard work. And I enjoy talking to people like that. I like to meet people like that, and that's one reason I like this YouTube channel. You get to intermingle with so many different people, you know. And I like it. I've made a lot of good friends on YouTube. So, and I really appreciate my subs, you know. My channel's growing better than I ever imagined. People seems to like what I'm doing, and I like what I'm doing. I enjoy running my mouth, and I really enjoy sawing. And now that we've cut back, you know, it ain't doing as much, I can actually take the time and, you know, talk about sawing and stuff. For back when we was production sawing, there's nowhere in the world I could have done this right here. Because we've just, you know, you're just pressed so hard to get it done, you know. They've been 2 or 3 told me I ought to do this and I ought to do that. Like keeping my deck rolled up where all I have to do is just hit the lever and roll it up and down. No point in it. I mean, it's just me and Mother. I mean, and without a green chain on yon end out there, I mean, you can put 2 men out there and I can work the snot out of them, especially cutting softer wood like poplar, pine, red oak. And I have to give Mother time. My convict, he's off today. He called me last night and asked if he could be off. His dad's got a little traco business, and they just wanting to get a job done before the weather caught him and went. I mean, this right here is the only thing I've got to push him is this little one. And he got his moped yesterday. He's tickled to death with that. I hope he don't get hurt on it. I had to get him a moped. Paul's been an awful good guy. And I could tell, you know, he really hated to ask to be off. But he watches enough to know when we're covered up and when we're not. And we're just not right now. I've got 2 or 3 pretty good orders attending, but as far as orders that needs to go out, I've got one more thing doing. We'll do it in the morning. So, went and had chemo yesterday. My numbers is really good. Really, really good. And, when this cancer got real back in August, my PSA number was like 235, 65. I know it was well into 200. And they done it yesterday, and now it's down to 21, 22, somewhere around there. Now that's still high for a PSA number. I mean, if you went to the doctor and you was like 50, 55 years old, no PSA number is that high, 99% you'd have cancer. So, but you know, it comes from 200 and some down to 20. To me, that is really good news, and all my numbers on my blood work, stuff like that. I'm happy for that. I'm just thankful that things is working out as good as they are, you know. For there was a time in August that I figured if I lived another month, I'd be lucky. But good news always makes you sleep good at night. And I think a Chipper guy often, you know, him and Lacey, and he mentioned one time that how depressing it was to never get no good news from a doctor. And it is. I mean, like in August, it seemed like every time I turned around, it was something bad, you know. And that makes it tough, you know. And when John come on there and Lacey had passed away, I don't believe I ever felt any sorrier for anybody, you know. That's a tough deal to be barely 30-some years old, maybe 31, lose a wife, marry y'all with 4 kids. And during that, you know, you can tell he was just heartbroken. I seen a look of defiance come on his face. And I knew right then he'd be all right. John's a tough guy and a good guy. I really think a lot of him. Got a good positive attitude. And no young man ought to have to go through what he's had to go through. But it happens, you know. And, you know, like Mother, if she said once, she said 100 times. That she'd she'd change places with me. In a minute, if she couldn't, I'm sure she would. And I'd say John was the same way. That's, I just got a lot of respect for him because of that. And there was a guy here. He was barely in his 30s. And he had kidney cancer, and they operated on him. They thought they got it out, and they didn't. And it just sort of struck me that his situation and John's was close, but instead of his wife, it was him. And he had 4 kids. It was really hard, Stuff like that is hard for a young person. I lost my best friend when he was 24. I think him also. But enough of this sad stuff. Let's talk about something productive, like cutting 1x12's, and that's what I'm doing. I don't particularly like to cut 1x12's. I'd rather cut 1x10. I get a better yield. But this is what the customer wanted, and this is what the customer's gonna get. The wheels are sounding good. Mother's in good humor. Our furnace is percolating along. It's doing good, so everything seems to be all right. Got to call a customer here in a minute. I've got his stuff cut, and I need to deliver it tomorrow. See what I can get done there. Just try to keep on rolling, That's all you can do. Ooh, that was just about quarters off. You see that? Except when you get in the middle. I love to cut pine. That's 2-inch. I'll leave that just like it is. I've got a dog messed up on this thing. I'm gonna have to fix it. But not today. I'll fix it tomorrow. Well, I got that done. That was a big saw day. What did it take? Let's see how long it took. It took 23 minutes. Me a talking and a gone. Talk to you later. Good visit. Thank you.